How not to get burned by social media. Hey, it's Brian Stevens, and we've had a lot of clients over the years get burned through bad social media posts. Now, maybe it was on accident, maybe they said something that they just shouldn't have said, but either way, they got burned. So I thought we'd take a little bit of time to talk about some real key fundamental steps that you should exercise so you don't also get burned by social media. And the first one is going to be a little extreme to a lot of you. It's don't use social media. Just don't use it. I know, like nowadays, are you not allowed to use social media? Absolutely. You gotta kind of know who you are a little bit. So I don't use a lot of different social media platforms, but like YouTube series, I do use this as a social media platform. I use LinkedIn because it's a little bit more professional and I can curb the content. So number one is know yourself, be true to yourself. And if you have a propensity to do bad jokes and get misinterpreted a lot in real life, maybe you shouldn't use social media. Okay, but two, a lot of you can't bear the thought of not being on your Facebook and Twitters and Bings and Dings and all those different things. So let's talk about some screw ups that people have had. So here's my fail of the week, and it's Indy Mayor Hogsett, I think, Hogsett. His deputy mayor on a post on Twitter gives the double bird out. He gives double fingers. Now, what I think he was trying to do was be funny. But here's the problem. It was completely inconsistent with his brand. So if his brand was constantly doing outlandish things, maybe he had a foul mouth and he gave the bird, the finger to people, kind of the F you to people, and he did it a lot and he was consistent, probably be all right because he would just be an outlandish fellow and people would know exactly what they're getting. The issue is the deputy mayor didn't put a lot of posts out like this. He was typically professional in his post, work-related in his post, and then he did something trying to be funny and cute, and it was completely off brand for him. And so his comment was that he deleted the photo, and then he said, well I was being misinterpreted. Well, you're the master of your communications, and he was inconsistent, and he got burned a little bit for it. So he should have taken the hit on this one. Is I put out a message that I was trying to be funny, and it was misinterpreted, but it was my fault because I typically don't post funny things. I think the real key here is I think we all know nowadays that there are tons of people that will purposefully try to misinterpret, purposefully try to get their feelings hurt, but then there's a big group of people that just innocently misinterpret things. And he set up the innocent people that weren't trying to burn him down to misinterpret it because he was not consistent with the way he communicates. So I think a big rule here is be consistent, know who you are and be consistent. If you're going to be funny, just be funny, realize people are going to misinterpret it and it'll start to wash over time. But don't do stuff that's inauthentic to who you are. Don't try to be clever if you're not that clever. If you're a geek, be a geek. If you're funny, be funny, but be true to yourself and all this stuff. And I think that will help you from not getting into too much trouble. All right. So I've got a couple other sections that I want to do on this social media. And next part, we're really going to dig into some fundamentals that we ask people to do. And it's really about realizing that no social media is private. And so there's a little teaser for you in the future. Hey, I hope this helps. And just remember the big takeaways here. Be true to yourself. Be authentic to who you are. And if you go off reservation, you might get yourself in a little trouble like this deputy mayor did. Thanks. If you want to see any more of these, you can hit the subscribe button, the like button, and I guess the notification button. What all you young people do with social media, so you see like really cool fails of the week, you can do that here too. Thanks.